Hello, everyone. I just wanted to give you a short update on my winter reads of 2026. So, the first one is America's Woman by Gail Collins. And this is my third read for this book, and I still enjoy it. It's a very broad historical look at the roles that women played throughout 400 years of American history. I am curious to see what kind of an update Collins would bring to this. I haven't read any of the updates, mind you, but I still enjoy this one the third time around. Missing Thread by Daisy Dunn. And this was a good, broad overview of the role that several different types of ancient women played within the ancient world, which I really enjoyed. There's, of course, more than a few of them as well, but I really liked this one. I thought it was a very good, detailed work. Vigil by George Saunders, which was an interesting book, but the way it was structured, I didn't really like. Despite its short length, the structure actually made it harder for me to get through. It took a little while longer because it wasn't that much of an engrossing read, but it is interesting in its own way. Elsewhere Express by Sotto Yambao. Hope I pronounced that correctly. But this was a good one that I liked overall. It reminded me a bit of The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. So I liked it overall and thought it was an interesting read and entertaining in its own way. This is Happiness by Niall Williams, and this is one I liked. It has a little bit part tragic, comic, charming, and heartwarming, sometimes sad in its own way, but it's more about someone's reflection on years ago where they were in the 1950s as a teenager in a rural community just trying to get used to the new technologies coming in. But I overall thought it was pretty good, and it's a nice, well written read. Darkrooms by Rebecca Hannigan. I just think this was a well-written thriller. I wasn't really too fond of the plot. I thought it was a tad bit predictable in some ways, but it was overall a good thriller in its own way, and I thought it was interesting overall, and it takes place in an Irish village town. Fireflies in Winter by Eleanor Shearer. This is a historical fiction novel that takes place in 1796 Nova Scotia, and I thought it was pretty good overall. It's about two women trying to survive in the wilderness, and I thought it was a very interesting read. It was quite engrossing and a bit of a page turner, which I like.